Alright, I'm gonna start quickly with a quick disclaimer. The content provided in these tutorials is intended for educational purposes only. So anyway, let's get started. So today we're gonna be doing another Webhacking.kr challenge, and the challenge that we're gonna be doing today is going to be called Old 61. So if we click on it, we get this. We get view source. So I'm guessing we're giving the source code for this one. So if we click view source, we see that it's a SQL injection challenge, because you see right here, see SQL injection. So the things to keep in mind of is that we go notepad and then we just zoom in right here. To keep in mind of is the add slashes. So if you guys aren't familiar with my old series of Lord SQLi, add slashes basically takes off like commas, so you can't escape using commas, double comma, not double single quotations, and I think you can't use escape characters. I need to check on that to be sure. And also we can only use 15, so ID can only equal 15. Well, it has to be less than 15, so less than 15, so it has to be like what, 14 or something. So that's one thing to keep in mind of. And then like a bunch of these get filtered out, so we can't use a select from, comma, by, and we can't use all of this, whatever is preg matching right here. And we have right here, what does it say right here? MySQL fetch query. So we select ID from challenge order by one ID. So it orders it by ID, and then we only get, I guess, the first one value. And the value that we're trying to get is that once this result returns, we want to check the ID value. And in this case, the ID value has to equal to admin. So I guess, how do we solve this challenge? So if we go back right here, so if I don't know, if I do ID is equal to 1, nothing happens. What if ID is equal to guest? Nothing. I guess nothing pops out because something's supposed to pop out. Results ID. Where does it get it? Oh, so I guess initially if ID is gonna equal to guest, and then won't it print it out, echo the result of ID? Oh, it's gonna echo the result of right here. So I guess the result, nothing came out for the most part. So I guess that's why nothing's popping out for the most part. So I guess what we're trying to do is get the result is equal to admin. So how do we do this? How do we solve this challenge? So it all lies in here. So what we can do, or like the idea initially is, I guess I'll open up my notepad, is that we had to find a way to set ID equal to admin. So we had to set ID is equal to admin. Admin as in this, since admin is a string. So how do we do this? So I guess the first problem that we had to get past by is the add slashes. So add slashes, you can't have quotes, double quotes, and I think anything that's escape characters. These are but the main things that we can't have is quotes and double quotes. So how do we get past this part? So if you guys didn't know, for passing specific strings, you could pass in a hex value. So in our case, we could pass in the hex value of admin. So how do we get this supposed hex value from admin? So we can just probably look that up. So we're gonna go admin to hex, online hex encode. I guess admin doesn't matter, hex encode, and we get this value. So we already got the admin hex value, so that gets us past the this part. So that gets us past, and I'll put this OX because this is how SQL takes it, OX. So now we got past this part, so we don't need this part. Now we have to find a way to set this equal to ID, because if we check this right away, if we do something like ID equals to, we put this, and then if we just put this, I just copy this, then we open up my Kali machine, or my little Kali box, Python 3, and then we just like zoom in inside here, and so you guys can see it. So if you do something like length of it, and then we just go end, and then we just copy this value right here, we see that it's 17. So we had to find a way to make this short. So how do we make this short? So one thing we could do to replace these two values is basically use as character. So what is as? So aliases. So what I mean by aliases, so if we go back right here and I look up aliases SQL, So alias is SQL aliases. SQL aliases are used to give a table or column a temporary name. Aliases are often used to make a column name more readable. An alias only exists for the duration of that query. An alias is created with the as keyword. So in this case, we select customer ID as ID from customers. As is optional. Actually, in most data, you can skip the as keyword and get the same result. So in our case, what we're gonna do is basically skip the alias part. So if we see right here, it's with a space character. So as you can see right here, using aliases to select in select statement. So how to use column aliases and select. So we could select a certain part of the column just by simply using aliases. So this oh my god, select all from double tables, and then select first name and from tables. Okay, select first name as first name. So in this example, they have it like this, but in our case, what we're gonna do is basically, since this is first name as first name, I think we could basically do something like ID. So you could probably do something like, oh no, but if you check back in our first example, oh, it's not right here. So I'll just SQL aliases. So we could probably use something like customer ID and then ID. And our alias is gonna be the second part. So what we're probably gonna do is do something like the hex value, and then just a single space, and then like a ID. And this is gonna set this specific hex value to the ID value. That's basically what we're gonna try doing. So if we just go print this and press enter, we see that it's 15. So there's probably like something we could still do to make this a little bit shorter. Not too sure. If I go back right here, well, let me check the challenge for the most part. If ID is greater than 15, well, if it's greater than 15, so I think it should be fine if it's equal to 15. So I think this should be fine. So if we basically just copy this value inside here, if we just copy this value right here and then we post it inside here. So if we just do comma ID is equal to, and then after that paste the value that we got. So if you just do this, and we get already solved. So that basically solves the challenge for us. And I guess to even go more in depth, we could probably go to MySQL practice. Online MySQL compiler, I don't know. So we could probably do MySQL, run standard in. Okay, so in this case we select where department is equal to sale, but we want to use, I guess, the alias value. So where let's just say set this to admin, and then where I guess admin is department. So we'll probably do something like, if you go back right here, Control C, and then we just do this, and then we present that, and then except of ID, we'll just probably do, that's the last part, so it'll be DBT. So I think if we just run this, you have at line 1 DPT. Let's check SQL. No, this should have worked. Select all from where is DPT. So yeah, check the manual that corresponds to my for the right for using line. So if we go to Control C, maybe because of the where statement. I could be wrong, but oh wait, select. What if I do this? Select DPT from employee. So I think it doesn't work on the where side. So I think this should work. If we just run this, and yeah, this returned it, and it returned department, and it returned admin. So it set the values of of, I guess, department, which is the column department, and it returned it as all admin. So that's basically what's going on in the back end. And then I guess if we just order by limit 1, so from employee, and then we'll do order by. So I'm guessing it's only gonna get the first value, so dpt, and I'm pretty sure it's only gonna get the first value. So if we run this, yeah, it's only gonna get the first value, which is just admin. So that's basically it for this challenge. I guess this gives you like an insight of what's going on for the most part in the back end of what this code is actually doing. But anyway, that was about it for this video. Hopefully you guys learned something new. I know I did. It's a pretty cool challenge, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.